Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be about how to map VLANs on a UniFi access points that comes from a different router. As you know, if you want to work with VLANs on the UniFi networks, it's easier to have the USG and the UniFi switches. But what if I don't have the UniFi switch? And what if I don't have a UniFi USG, a Ubiquiti router? That might be a problem for some. And so today I'm going to create VLANs on a different router, and I'm going to map those VLANs on a UniFi access point. And I'm going to show you how to do it and show you how easy it is to work with a network with VLANs that comes from a different router. Okay, so before we start with this configuration, I want to just tell you that this video comes thanks to WiFi-U. If you want to become an expert, if you want to get certified on Ubiquiti, official certifications of Ubiquiti products, on UniFi products or AirMax products, you have to go to the UniFi, the Wi-Fi-U website. You can call to the number you see on the website. You can send us an email at info@wifiu.com. I'm gonna leave that information on the description of the video, and you can find on the website trainings that are possibly near your state. We are doing trainings all over the country, and so you just go into our website wifiu.com, and you can find all the training and official certifications for Ubiquiti Networks. Okay, so let's start with this video, and before I start with the configuration, I just wanted to show you what is exactly what we're going to do. So this is an example of what I'm going to create today on the configuration. So we have a MikroTik router. I'm going to do this example with a MikroTik router. This is going to be my different router on this setting. So let's say this site has a MikroTik router, and I have to create a UniFi network, a UniFi Wi-Fi network with a bunch of UniFi access points. So I have the internet here, and then from my MikroTik router I have all the internet and the VLANs created. These VLANs are going to be 802.1q VLANs, the tag and untag VLANs. And I'm going to create here a native VLAN. I'm going to create a native network that is going to be the 192.168.100.1, and then I'm going to send two VLANs for my corporate Wi-Fi, and a secondary VLAN for my guest Wi-Fi. Okay, so these are going to be connected to my UniFi switch. This is a USW16 PoE switch, and then it's going to be connected to the UCK generation plus a cloud key. Have a cloud key generation 2 plus here to do all the settings and the configuration. And then I'm going to send these VLANs to the access point. So the goal of this configuration is going to be that I'm going to have an SSID that is going to be corp, and another SSID is going to be called guest. So my goal of this configuration is that everyone that connects to corp needs to get these corp addresses that I've just configured here, and the other one is going to be the other guest access is going to have the other VLAN IP addresses I'm going to create here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate. I'm going to make a segmentation of the network with different SSIDs, and I'm going to have a different network for the management of the access point and my devices. This from a different router. So let's get to the configuration. I'm just going to escape this thing, and first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to enter to my MikroTik router. So to get inside my MikroTik router, I have to use this Winbox software. You just download the software free from any website from the internet. It's called Winbox. I'm finding my MikroTik router, so I'm going to get inside my MikroTik. I just have the username. I don't have a password. And here we go. So I already have an internet connection set up on my MikroTik router. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's working right now. Yeah, okay, these are my interfaces. My internet comes from port interface 1. I have a bridge here. I'm going to show you. I have a bridge on ports Ethernet 2, 3, and 4. And but I have a wireless interface also I'm not using right now. So what I have to do first on my MikroTik router, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a VLAN interface. I have to go here to interface, list, and add a VLAN interface. Okay, on this VLAN interface, on this new VLAN interface, I'm going to name this new VLAN interface, and I'm going to put here corp. Okay, so this is going to be corp. VLAN interface is going to be mapped on VLAN ID 10, and this VLAN interface is going to run on my bridge interface. Apply. Okay, so I have the new VLAN 10 here already created on my MikroTik router. So I'm going to do the same thing with VLAN, with the VLAN number 20, and this is going to be guest VLAN. Just put VLAN ID 20, and this VLAN is also going to be created on the same bridge LAN interface on my MikroTik router. Okay, I have the two VLANs now. I have the VLAN guest, the VLAN corp. So the next thing I'm going to put, what I'm going to do is going to add, I'm going to drop IP addresses to my VLANs in order to get these VLANs work as a VLAN interface. So my first VLAN is going to be 10.0.1//24 is going to be this VLAN. Is going to be this IP address is going to be for the corp network. Just check up if yes, it's correct. It's 10.1 for VLAN corp. So okay, just apply. Okay, now my VLAN corp has an IP address, and let's do the same thing for the guest VLAN 10.0.20 in that case, that 1/24, and this is going to be for my VLAN, my guest VLAN. Okay, so now I got these two VLAN interfaces with IP addressing, and the next thing I have to do is to create the Hcp servers, because these are going to be Wi-Fi VLANs. So I need to have the Hcp to make it easier for my clients. So what I'm going, so let's go here on IP DHCP server, and I just had the DHCP server from my LAN network. I'm going to create two additional DHCP servers for my VLANs. First, for the core VLAN, I'm going here and click next, and this is going to be my addressing space. Great. And my gateway for the DHCP server is already set up here, and this is the DHCP IP range, goes from .2 and .254. If I'm okay with that, I just click next here, and this is my DNS servers, and these are the Google servers. Let's just leave those DNS servers there, and then this DHCP setup. This is the least time, 10 minutes. Let's say, okay, I don't want 10 minutes, I want 60 minutes, 60 minutes on my least time. And that's okay. This is for the corp network. And now I'm going to create another DHCP server for my guest network. It's going to be the same thing. It recognizes the DHCP addressing, the gateway, and I'm going to leave the same IP range DNS servers. What I'm going to change is, okay, it's going to change the least time for 1 hour, and that's it. And that's all I got to do on my MikroTik router. I already created the VLANs with IP addresses and DHCP servers, because these VLANs are going to be working on Wi-Fi networks. Okay, this is all on my MikroTik router, and now let's go to my my cloud key. Okay, so I just enter my cloud key. This is the IP address 192.168.1.1, then 100. This is my management IP address, and it's 100.245 in that case. If I want to make sure what is the IP address of my cloud key, I can just look up the screen of my cloud key, or I just can go here also on my DHCP leases, and I'm gonna find all the leases of my MikroTik router, and here you have David's cloud key. This is my cloud key, and this is the IP address I got right now on my cloud key. And also I can find the IP address from my UEP AC light and my my switch that I have connected. Okay, so let's go inside my network, my UniFi network, and over here okay, this is the dashboard. So wait a little bit. Okay, it says that I have one access point. Let's go to my UniFi site. I created a new site for this lab. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time, but on this side I have I have my access point, a UniFi AC light, and a switch. I don't have a USG, so what I'm going to do, like I told you at the beginning of the video, is I'm going to map these new VLANs I created on my MikroTik router on these two switches and my access point. So let's begin. I'm going to do all the settings on my access point, and let me show you how to do it. First thing, I have to go to settings, to networks, and if you have a cloud key without the USG, you have the native network, the LAN network. It's a corporate network that is 192.168.1.0. If you don't have a USG, this is like not working. It's like a native VLAN that the controller maps by itself, but it's not going to work if you don't have the USG. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new network. So since I don't have a USG, I cannot create neither corporate network or guest network. The only thing I can create over here without the USG is a network called VLAN only. So I'm going to create a VLAN only network, and this is going to be called Corp. Okay, so this Corp network is going to be mapped on VLAN 10, and I'm going to save it. So what I'm doing here is I'm telling the controller that I have VLANs. I'm going to map these VLANs on my devices. It's going to be guest as VLAN only. It means that these VLANs has not been created on my devices. Okay, so now I have these two VLANs, the VLAN only Corp and VLAN only guest. The next thing I gotta do is I have to go here to wireless networks, and now I'm going to create the SSIDs. So I'm going to create here a wireless network. The first wireless network is going to be Corp. Let's put any password, and here on select network, and this network option, I'm going to select network called Corp. Let's say in advanced options, I have both SSIDs, both radios. Okay, just click save here, and let's do it for the next SSID. Okay, so here I'm going to create an SSID. It's called guest, and this is going to be open. It's going to be an open network, an open Wi-Fi network. I'm going to put this guest VLAN here. Same thing, just save here, and that's it. Another thing I'm going to do, let's make the test of the Wi-Fi networks. Let's wait until my access point provisions all these two Wi-Fi networks, and then I'm going to test the Wi-Fi networks. I'm going to see my clients. My client, actually, I'm going to do it with my cell phone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to both of the SSIDs, and I'm going to show you how my phone is getting different IP addresses, the different IP addresses I already mapped on the MikroTik router. So my access point is now connected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to my cell phone here, and I'm going to connect to my first SSID. The first is going to be corp, and okay, I put the password here. Okay, this is the password, and I'm connecting to my corporate network. It says connected, so let's go to the client tab, the clients tab, and let's see what did I got. And here you go. This is my phone. It's connected to the corporate network, and it's getting the IP address 10.0.10.2 actually that I created on my MikroTik router. So now I'm going to make the test with the guest network and see what's going on. Okay, I just changed to the guest network. You can see on the controller that my phone is now on the guest network and is now getting the other IP address I just created on the MikroTik router. So that's it. That's how I map VLANs that has been created on a different router on my UniFi access point. But what about the switches? This is going to work if you only have access points. But let's see, what do I do if I want to map this VLAN on a switch port? Let's say I'm on my switch. You don't need this switch to make these settings on the access points. Actually, I have a switch here just for the example, but it's not necessary to have a UniFi switch to make these settings on an access point. I just have it for the example. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to the switch, to the ports of the switch, and I'm going to change, let's say port number 1, and I'm going to change the profile of this switch. On this switch port profile, now it's an all VLAN all, and I'm going to change it to, let's say, VLAN Corp. So port number 1 is going to respond to VLAN Corp. Let's put here apply. And now I'm going to wait until the switch provisions. What I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect my computer from the port it was connected, and now I'm going to put it on port number 1. Yeah, I got disconnected from my MikroTik router. That's okay. And now let's wait. Let's see on my computer. I'm going to show you my computer settings over here. And I should be getting the IP address of my MikroTik router. And there you go. It's 10.0.10.3, and I have internet access. So I can just show you here on the website, and I can show you here that I have internet access normally on this corporate network I just created on my MikroTik router. Okay, so this is all for today. I hope this video can be useful for you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to subscribe to the WiFi-U YouTube channel also, and don't forget to follow my channel for more videos on the next weeks. Thank you very much, and see you next time.